I knew I was camping out. I had to have something to put next to my earbed. So we got Trump fights for us, Kamala fights for illegals, Biden fights to stay awake. And really, young people's future is depending on you down at the bottom, because it is. And that's a call to, I mean, there's some older generations who are more established, and weak leadership is going to affect us all. But really, I'm 23 years old. I'm just starting out. I work in the IT field, okay? I make a lot of money, and I still can't afford, to move out, to buy a home. I mean, home ownership is so out of reach for even people like me who are better off, than a lot of my peers. It's very out of reach. And so I feel as though I really just want to call on anyone, if you're, well established, you're going to be affected as well. But think about all the people who are, just trying to get started, just trying to achieve the American dream. And a line that J.D. Vance said at his rally that stuck with me is that, he came from a family where, in the wintertime in Ohio, his mother would tell him, like, look, we can't afford to turn on the heat tonight. And this was in a Ohio winter, so, sub-freezing temperatures, and they don't have heat. And he, his belief is that, and which I share, of course, is that if you work hard, if you make a living, you should be able to afford, a good meal for your family. You should be able to afford to turn the heat on. That those things really shouldn't be out of reach for anyone. And at the end of the day, I make very far above median wage, especially for my age group, and a mortgage would be half of my income right now for the cheapest place possible. So what are we doing here, This isn't working, and we need a change, and I would say we need a change back. A lot of the Harris campaign signs, they say, we're not going back. And you know what I say to that is, I'm already voting for Trump. You don't have to convince me. Okay? Because, we do want to go back.